Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It was a fun day today because they finally released the Mario Kart DLC. They finally released Mario Kart Wave 2, they finally had the Pokemon Presents, they finally dropped the new Scarlet and Violet trailer, they finally revealed the gimmick, they finally announced the Bayonetta 3 release date, they finally updated N64 games on Switch Online, and now it is time to put the pedal to the metal for Splatoon 3. Look, nobody knows! I went out and asked random passerbys what they think about Splatoon 3. Listen to their response.
Excuse me? What do you think about Splatoon 3? Oh. Okay.
It is time to put up or shut up, and that's what we're talking about today, including a new game announcement and something Nintendo did that is really cool and shows, hey, they pay attention and care. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I pay attention and care about you. Thanks for being here. I super appreciate it. We had a couple of fun streams the past few mornings, and it was really great to see a bunch of you meet some new friends and have a good time with our favorite Nintendo. Now, the good times have been rolling because they've been having regular announcements and releases. I think it's time to give you another announcement from me because I have another channel that I just started up. It's called Scooper Heroes. It's a little channel. It's like a little engine that could, and it's trying to get up the hill. So if you want to go support it, it's like superheroes but ice cream. And I'm covering multiverses, Marvel Snap, Marvel Midnight Suns, Gotham Knights, and I don't know, anything else that involves like superheroes or real cool things doing cool stuff. All right, so link in the description down below. Check it out. Nintendo, though, has been checking out us. They've been checking out us. Now, I don't want to hear that Mario Kart Wave 2 is depressing, disappointing, a letdown, mediocre. I've seen reviews saying, like, the textures aren't as... Maybe they're not, but I think the game looks great. And you can't tell me when you're playing at 150 or 200cc, are you really, like, zooming in the textures? No, this is when you're screenshot pixel hunting on your PC. When you're playing the game on your Switch, you are not pausing to look and see if that pinball has enough micro textures to make sure it's just done in the same way as Mario. No, the tracks look great. There's bright colors. They've brought back a lot of fan favorites, and they've updated tracks from ages ago, like back when I was 2 feet tall, and they brought in Sky High Sunday, which is a Fall Guys track. That's really cool. It's a really good track. I really like it. The ice cream theme is on point, and it's so good to play Mario Kart again. The only misstep here is that they should have added some fresh faces, some characters. But they did do something even better. They one-upped themselves, and they actually tweeted about it because they know we care. They upgraded Coconut Mall to have the cars at the end of the lap spinning, going wild. Remember those cars from Coconut Mall? Well, in the Booster Pass version, they just sat there, and people are like, this is lame. Nintendo fixed it. They went back to Wave 1 and fixed it, and this tells me, okay, they're putting in a little bit of oomph into this Course Booster Pass. They're putting a little bit of effort, a little TLC, a little rockabye baby, the cars now drive. It's very nice of them. And I think, like, hey, this is a great value. 48 tracks, $25. If they continue the trend of new tracks in the upcoming waves, maybe they should, tell us about them a little bit sooner than they did with this one. But I love Wave 2. I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'm proud of Nintendo for addressing something. They know they cash in on this game. 43 million copies. It's one of the main reasons people would buy Switch Online, to have access to all the new tracks. They're very consumer friendly. I can invite you to my lobby and you can play the tracks even if you don't have them. Now they went back and fixed Coconut Mall, and I think the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pass is one of the coolest things Nintendo has done. Because honestly, they could have just sat there and said, buy Mario Kart 8, baby. We don't have to pay a penny, and we sell a ton of them still, millions of copies every financial call. But they did something more, and they boosted out the Switch Online expansion pack, and I think it's a good value because of that, and I'm looking forward to Wave 3, and so you can't tell me otherwise. Mario Kart Wave 2, pretty freaking sweet. I love it a lot. Now, some of you might love this next one more, all right, because Tactics Ogre Reborn is coming to Switch. All right, this game has been known about for a while. It leaked out via, I think, the PlayStation Store. It's basically one of the fan favorite genre best strategy tactical RPGs, right? Like in the Final Fantasy Tactics Ogre vein, those are the two, and this is Tactics Ogre Reborn, and it's coming to our system too, so you can play it on the go, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, November 11th, all right? That adds another holiday title to our Switcheroo, and now October, November, they're jamming up, right? We got Bayonetta, we got Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope, we got Pokemon Scarlet Violet, we got Tactics Ogre, and I'm sure there'll be more that continue to flush out those holiday weeks. Tactics Ogre Reborn has high-definition characters and backgrounds, fully updated user interface, sound improvements, unit-by-unit leveling system, as opposed to leveling across the board like it was in the original, battle AI overhaul, and playability improvements including autosave, quicker pace, etc. So this sounds really good. I think I'm going to get it. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to get it too. Now then, Splatoon 3. Splatoon is... Look, you just show up today, you think Splatoon is like a afterthought, right? The game's out September 9th, it is August 4th, and Nintendo's done virtually nothing. They throw up some cute pictures of the gear and the hair, and they made one trailer where they're like, Salmon Run's back. This game deserves so much buzz, and I think it is now put up or shut up time. And by that I mean, boom, we gotta get going with information on Splatoon 3, and all Nintendo's attention, all of their efforts need to turn to showing that this game actually matters. Do not forget that Splatoon 1 was a huge success, and Splatoon 2 was incredibly anticipated, a great launch year title for Switch, a phenomenal release with an awesome single player, great multiplayer, and some things holding it back. So Splatoon 3 has such an opportunity to be the best in the series, and Nintendo is acting like the game barely exists. They're acting like this is like, oh my gosh, we're embarrassed to put this out, and I refuse to believe that. They obviously need to show more, and I think a direct could happen. The Splatoon 2 Direct was about 2 weeks before the game released. So about 2 weeks before, that would be at the end of August. And I think now with Nintendo's lineup sort of set for the fall, they got a bunch of summer releases out of the way, they made some announcements, we know there's no Direct happening anytime soon. It's time to turn the attention to Splatoon. And I want the buzz to generate again. Look, like I showed you. You ask random people and it's like the game isn't coming out. The biggest thing about Splatoon right now is the OLED. Now, the OLED is hot. The OLED is going to drain my wallet of $360, but that's not what Splatoon should be focused on. Yes, the Joy-Con are pretty. Yes, the Pro Controller is nifty. I love the Splatoon Pro Controller. This one's one of the best. Just playing with it in Mario Kart this morning. But Splatoon 3 is a game that should be cataclysmic. And I think one of the reasons this year feels so weird is because of Nintendo's inability to properly prep us for Splatoon 3. Because look, if I told you that this year was getting the best sequel ever for Pokemon, the best sequel ever for Kirby, the best sequel ever for Splatoon, and more, best Bayonetta, right? You're getting these games, and you might even get a Metroid Prime remaster, the first time Nintendo's going back and doing a super cool remaster with upgraded graphics, upgraded controls, and it seems like it's going to be pretty good, and lead us into Metroid Prime 4, and give us a taste of how that's going to play and how it's going to be developed. You'd be really hyped. Plus, Mario Kart's getting 48 tracks this year would be seeming great. And I'm telling you that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is also out, the best in the Xeno franchise, in July, and then Splatoon in September. Boom, baby! But Nintendo has managed to make it seem like their only big release for the rest of the year is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I know Pokemon absorbs the attention, but these are Octolings we're talking about. These are Inklings. They got the Splatlands, they got Splatsville, and we need to see that. We need to see that. I think it's very strange that Nintendo has not used this as one of their main marketing pillars for selling the Switch. Now, by all accounts, they don't have to. They can't keep up with components. All the other games sell phenomenally well. Everything on that top 10 list is like 14, 15, 18, 20, 39, 42 million, right? But it's very strange that they have chosen to let Splatoon lag. And I hope that this month proves to us that, okay, they were just biding their time. They were like a little snake waiting to strike. And here comes the venom. Oh, I feel it. The ink, it runs deep. I want Splatoon 3 to be great, and I honestly don't have any doubts. Like, I know a lot of people are starting to say, wow, they haven't shown much. Maybe this game doesn't need to be made. I think Nintendo just made a really weird marketing move. And I think we see it with Pokemon that they are holding more back, that they want these games to kind of sell themselves, which is strange, weird, but okay. I think Splatoon 3 can upgrade itself just merely by making the system and the online easier to access, easier to play. No more time limits, no more map rotation, just throw everything in there, right? Boost out the single player, bigger and better, because Splatoon 1 single player, cute and underrated. Splatoon 2, great and underrated. Splatoon 3, if it has the biggest one yet, I'm on board. The multiplayer is already strong, and we know thanks to the German Twitter that there are new modes and more to the game, so we haven't seen that. We've seen Salmon Run, not a new mode. We've seen single player, not a new mode. What are they adding? What are the new modes? This is the month where Nintendo can go all out. And one of two things happens. They have a test fire, they have a direct. I don't think they're going to have a test fire because it happened months before Splatoon 2. That was March for the test fire, July for the launch. This game comes out in a month. Don't think there's a test fire. Do they need a test fire? Probably not. You know what Splatoon 2 is? You can play it. It should sell itself, and maybe Nintendo thinks it will. Now, I've had this theory that maybe Nintendo thinks that the average gamer knows more about Splatoon than we believe, than we think. Maybe it's become more of a tentpole franchise. Maybe, like, you know, Splatoon is on the Nintendo Tokyo logo. They've got, like, you know, Villager and Link and Mario and Inkling. So maybe the average person doesn't need a whole bunch of Splatoon marketing. But basically, I think this is going to teach us a lot about 2022 Nintendo. Do they go with a direct? Do they up the ante? Do they put up? Or do they shut up and let the game just kind of surprise us? There's positives to both, but I think it will feel weird if they don't come out swinging, because this is one of their bigs, and this should have been talked about all year. This should have been getting major buzz all year. They should have had big preview events. They should have been teasing this game, and I know a lot of you think that the reason they're not is because the product is underwhelming. And I don't believe that's the case. I believe Splatoon 3 is going to be biggest best. When has Nintendo misfired on the Switch? What sequel sucks? Put your hands down, because there isn't any. All the sequels for Nintendo's big IP are great on Switch. From Odyssey to Breath of the Wild, they're all great. They're all fantastic. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, even though Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was on the Switch, 3 is great. Even though Mario Rabbids is on the Switch, Sparks of Hope looks great. It's going to be fantastic, and it's going to be okay. Nintendo is just, I feel like they're experimenting with how they relay information. And I do fully expect it to go wild this month. I think you're going to see everything start turning into gear. I think everything's going to start smelling like sushi. And I think we are going to get a game that redefines the year. A great Splatoon 3 changes this year to, yeah, it really does. Open world, big Pokemon, Kirby going 3D and selling the best ever. Switch Online getting the expansion pack and being a little risky, but then getting the Mario Kart Booster Pass. Metroid Prime Remastered happens. And look, Splatoon 3 being great is such a huge deal. It really does change the shape and scope of this year. It adds a brilliant multiplayer offering for Nintendo Switch fans and a reason to stay subscribed to Switch Online. And if the single player is good, and if they can show it well in a commercial, this could be the time that the single player is not overlooked, and instead, wow, Splatoon 3 is the full package. Because look, Splatoon 3 can be Nintendo's full package, unlike Zelda, unlike Mario, unlike any of those games that lack a multiplayer component. Splatoon 3 can be a killer app, and I believe it will be. And we'll find out if Nintendo wants to tell us in advance or let us be surprised. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree that this is going to turn into the Splatoon show soon. From Nintendo, I mean. Well, maybe we'll cover Splatoon, obviously. We're going to play a bunch of Splatoon 3, and let me know if you're worried. I still understand if you're worried. I feel 99... I feel very confident that it's going to be fine. All right. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive there. And until next time, everybody, thanks a lot. Love you even more. SwitchForce out.